Hello, welcome to my channel Deep Learning Biology. My name is Dr. Vikas Bhardwaj, and within this video I am going to teach you functional group transfer reactions. So hopefully you remember my previous class. In the previous class I have told you within the cell you are going to see 5 major type of biochemical reactions. We have already discussed about 2 types, and today we are going to discuss about a third type, that is functional group transfer reactions. Now, here you must be knowing what is a functional group. Try to see here. Within the cell, you are going to have biomolecules. Okay, these biomolecules, they carry different functional group, like you see COH group, OH group. Okay, and you must have read about functional group in your chemistry class. Now, these biomolecules, they carry different functional group, and these functional group actually they provide unique properties to the biomolecules. Now, here I just want to tell you, let's suppose this is a biomolecule. It is going to carry some functional group. Okay. Now, this functional group can be transferred onto the another biomolecules. So, such type of reactions, they are known as functional group transfer reactions. So here we are going to discuss how these functional group can be transferred from one biomolecule to another. Now here, before starting the lecture, I just want to tell you major functional group transferred, major functional group which are being transferred within the cell. Okay, there can be, one is acyl group transfer reactions. So what you are going to see, acyl group transfer reactions you are going to see. Okay. Second, you are going to see glycosyl group transfer reaction. And third type, you are going to see phosphoryl group transfer reaction. Now here we are going to have a major discussion about phosphoryl group transfer reaction. Now here you must be knowing about ATP. Okay, ATP, it is known as the energy currency of the cell. Now try to see here. Okay, in the case of ATP, okay, what you are going to see, let us draw the structure of ATP. Okay, you are going to have adenine. Okay, then you are going to have ribose, the sugar. Okay, then you are going to have these group. Okay, phosphate group. Okay, so here you are going to represent like this: O, P, double bond O. Okay, O minus. Okay, then you have O, then P, double bond O. Okay, then O minus, then O. Okay, then you are going to have P, double bond O, O minus, then O minus. Now here, if you see this structure of ATP, okay, this is the, I have drawn the chemical formula of ATP, adenosine, okay, adenosine triphosphate. Okay, now here if you see the net charge on ATP, okay, try to see here, it is 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 minus. Okay, so ATP, it is ATP 4 minus. Now within the cell, okay, keep in mind that ATP is going to act as the energy currency. Okay, hopefully you remember within the cell you are going to have biochemical reactions, and these biochemical reactions can be of two types. One is catabolic reactions, another is anabolic reaction. Generally the catabolic reactions, okay, by the way of catabolic reaction, the cell is going to produce the ATP. Okay, now here if you see that how ATP can provide energy, okay, ATP, it can provide energy by two ways. 1. It can be ATP hydrolysis. Okay, you must have learned. And we are also going to discuss today about the group transfer reaction. Okay, now here if you see the hydrolysis reaction, how we are going to represent ATP plus water. Okay, it can be hydrolyzed, and what we are going to see, formation of ADP plus PI. Now here if you see this value of standard Gibbs free change for this hydrolysis reaction, it is minus 30.5. Okay, so this amount of energy will be released. Okay, so this amount of energy will be released on ATP hydrolysis. Now keep in mind, by ATP hydrolysis, okay, what you can see within the cell, okay, you can see many tasks can be done, okay, like that cell signaling. Okay, so in cell signaling, okay, generally we see GTP hydrolysis. It is more or less equivalent to ATP. Okay, so you must have read about various cellular signaling pathway. In those pathway, what you are going to see, GTP hydrolysis. Okay, and this type of GTP hydrolysis, actually it leads to conformational change in different biomolecules. Same way, during the time of muscle contraction, okay, muscle contraction, what you are going to see, ATP hydrolysis. Same way, if you see movement of enzymes, okay, when these DNA polymerase enzymes, okay, they are going to move along the DNA. So during the time of movement of enzymes, what you are going to see, ATP hydrolysis. Same way, during the time of movement of you see ribosomes, during the time of protein synthesis, what you are going to see, ATP hydrolysis occur. Same way, if you see during the time when you are going to see the separation of two strands of DNA, the helicase enzyme, okay, it work by ATP hydrolysis. Now here you are going to see that by ATP hydrolysis within the cell, you are going to see many tasks are being done, like cell signaling, muscle contraction, movement of enzymes along DNA, movement of ribosomes, and these movement of helicase enzymes. Okay, all these steps, okay, these activity, they involve ATP hydrolysis. But here keep in mind, okay, in major of the reactions which are occurring within the cell, okay, majority of the reaction which are occurring with the cell, okay, they do not involve ATP hydrolysis. Okay, now it will be clear. Okay, just wait. Okay, here I just want to tell you, here what we are going to see, group transfer reaction. In majority of the reaction, what we are going to see, ATP is involved, but what we are going to see, group transfer reaction. Now here let us draw, okay, let's see this structure of ATP. Now here you see, okay, this is going to have adenine, okay, it is going to have ribose. Now here you are going to see 3 phosphate group, okay, so that's why we say adenosine triphosphate. Now here keep in mind, okay, now it has been proved that this group, okay, this one, PO3 2 minus, okay, PO3 2 minus, okay, this is phosphoryl group, okay, it is being donated, it is being transferred when ATP is being involved in reaction, when you are going to see the phosphoryl group transfer. So keep in mind, PO3 2 minus, okay, it will be transferred, okay, and if it is OPO3 2 minus, the complete one, it is the phosphate group. Okay, so hopefully you understand what is the difference. Okay, so one is OPO32 minus, it is the phosphate group, and PO32 minus, okay, this is phosphoryl group. So always remember, within the cell, ATP, okay, it majorly involved in group transfer reaction, and how it is the phosphoryl group transfer. Okay, now here let us draw in a simple way. So here what you are going to have, adenine, okay, then ribose, okay, then you are going to have these, I am simply labeling this, okay, this phosphate group. Now this one is alpha phosphate here, this is beta, and this is gamma. Okay, now here if this bond, okay, it is being hydrolyzed, and let's suppose this phosphoryl group, so I am representing this phosphoryl group, it is being attached. Okay, so what is going to happen, there will be release of energy, and this is 30.5 kilojoule per mole. Okay, so minus 30.5 kilojoule per mole of energy will be released when this bond is being hydrolyzed. Okay, same way here, if you see, not hydrolyzed, it is being transferred. Okay, same way here, if you see, when this here, this pyrophosphoryl group, it is being transferred, what we are going to see, okay, we are going to see the release of minus 46 kilojoule per mole. Okay, so when it is going to happen, when there is pyrophosphoryl group transfer. Okay, now here you see this one, okay, this one, it is adenylyl group. Okay, now keep in mind, okay, from ATP you can have phosphoryl group transfer, you can have pyrophosphoryl group transfer, you can have adenylyl group transfer. Okay, so such type of reaction in which you are going to have adenylyl group transfer, it is adenylation. Adenyl, please check the spelling. Okay, so this is adenylation. Now if you see, in the case when you are going to have adenylyl group transfer, okay, let's suppose on a biomolecule, what you are going to see, attachment of this adenylyl group, this P, then you are going to have this ribose, okay, then you have adenine. Okay, when there is adenylyl group transfer, keep in mind what you are going to see, you are going to see the release of energy here, that is minus 46 kilojoule per mole. Okay, but here you are also going to see the formation of pyrophosphate. Okay, so this group has been transferred. Okay, but still you are going to have this one. Okay, this is pyrophosphate, and this will be hydrolyzed, this pyrophosphate will be hydrolyzed by enzyme known as inorganic pyrophosphatase. Okay, so what you are going to see, you are going to see release of minus 19 kilojoule per mole. Okay, so this amount of energy will be released more. So here you can calculate by adenylation reaction, what you are going to see, you are going to see the release of minus 46 minus 19. Okay, so it will be minus 65 kilojoule per mole of energy will be released. Okay, so now try to see here, when you are going to have this phosphoryl group transfer, the amount of energy released is minus 30.5 kilojoule per mole. But when you see there is adenylyl group transfer, in that reaction what you are going to see, more energy is being released. So this is more exergonic. Okay, more energy is being released here. Now within the cell, keep in mind, when any reaction they need more energy. Okay, so in that case what you are going to see, adenylation reaction. And here keep in mind, when there is activation of fatty acid, okay, we will discuss. Okay, when there is activation of fatty acid, what we are going to see, there is adenylation reaction. Okay, same way here I also want to tell you that hopefully you must have learned in your molecular biology class, tRNA. Okay, they are being charged with, okay, this ATP. Okay, here also what you are going to see, there is a transfer of adenyl group, and what you are going to see, there is formation of amino acyl tRNA. Okay, during the time of activation of tRNA. Okay, this reaction, it is being carried out by the enzyme amino acyl, okay, this amino acyl tRNA synthetase. Okay. Now here I just want to tell you one important point, that yes, we have discussed that ATP, okay, it can transfer adenylyl group, it can transfer, okay, pyrophosphoryl group. Okay, here what you are going to see, formation of AMP, okay, and here it can generally transfer the 1 minute please, there is some technical problem, phosphoryl group. Okay, now here I just want to give you one example. Now try to see here. Hopefully you remember the step of glycolysis. Okay, I have to discuss this phosphoryl group transfer. So if you remember the step of glycolysis, glucose, okay, it is being metabolized to glucose 6 phosphate. Okay, now here what is going to happen, ATP, it will donate which group, phosphoryl group, not the phosphate. Please remember this, ATP will donate the phosphoryl group to glucose, and what we are going to see, formation of glucose 6 phosphate, and what you are going to see, formation of ADP plus inorganic phosphate, and this reaction is being carried out by the enzyme hexokinase. So here keep in mind it is phosphoryl group transfer. Now keep in mind the large family of enzymes that catalyze phosphoryl group transfer with ATP as a donor. Okay, so here in those reaction what we are going to see, that there is phosphoryl group transfer, and who is donating the phosphoryl group, ATP. Such family of enzymes, they are known as kinases. Okay, so here you see hexokinase. Okay, in case here you see here ATP is being involved. Keep in mind whenever you are going to have kinase at the end of the enzyme, keep in mind these enzymes, in these enzymes what you are going to see, they are going to be involved in phosphoryl group transfer reaction, and here what we represent, ATP is going to donate the phosphoryl group. Okay, hopefully all the points are clear. Now here we have to discuss another important point, very important. Okay, so here I have told you that ATP can be giving energy by hydrolysis. Okay, so here if you see standard free energy, okay, of ATP hydrolysis, if you see it is ATP, let us suppose if it is being hydrolyzed ATP to ADP plus inorganic phosphate, so here it is minus 30.5 kilojoule per mole. Now if you calculate the actual free energy of ATP hydrolysis, this is at standard condition, and if you see at the actual condition, it is we represent it with delta GP. Okay, for ATP we use this term delta GP. Okay, it is equal to delta G naught O plus RT ln concentration of ADP, okay, concentration of product, concentration of PI, okay, plus concentration of ATP. Now here, okay, keep in mind if this value, okay, this value concentration of ATP, okay, let there is a cell, in the cell you are going to have more concentration of ATP. Okay, what is going to happen, this value will be more. Okay, so here keep in mind if within the cell the concentration of ATP drops, okay, what is going to happen, we are going to see less value of delta GP, we are going to see less release of energy. Okay, so here ATP is giving energy, okay, but more the ATP within the cell, what you are going to see, more release of the free energy from the ATP. So keep in mind, cell wants that within the cell it must have more amount of ATP so that it can have more amount of energy released per hydrolysis. Okay, this is important. Okay, so here cell, within the cell, what you are going to have, mechanisms, okay, that are going to maintain the, the concentration of ATP in much higher concentration. Okay, if within the cell the fuel ATP is going to lower down, what you are going to see, less energy will be released. Actual, we are talking about the actual. So this is standard, this is actual. Okay, so hopefully it is clear to you what is group transfer reaction. Keep in mind ATP, okay, yes, in case of ATP you can have hydrolysis reactions, okay, you can have adenylation reactions, okay, you can have phosphoryl group transfer reaction, and you can have pyrophosphoryl group transfer reaction. Okay, and all these points we have discussed. Hopefully you have learned. Thank you for watching this. Please do like, share the video, and subscribe to my channel, Deep Learning Biology. Okay, thank you. Have a nice time.